Lesson 1. Do not ever anger a fisherman or whale shark that knows martial arts and knows how to fight. Because you get your... okay, let's start with this One Piece episode, That many people always like to complain about One Piece every dang week. So if anything else, let's go. We have to it that Nami and Usopp are, along with Otama and Horselina are running away, that kind of thing. Usopp gets a ride at least, thank goodness. And as for Galantine and the Scorpion guy, they decide to go take care of Camacho and get him back up and running, which is understandable. That dog literally got his butt handed by Oti very badly, and I really hated Oti for that. But, she's already KO'd for the count. That kind of thing. But we have to it that Zeus comes out and asks Nami if he could be a servant or a henchman, or a pet, and Nami's like, no, I don't need any of that. How about you become my partner instead, after what you did and redeemed yourself? Zeus becomes happy about this and easily not KO zaps every Kaido member that comes their way, which I thought it was pretty awesome and cool. Nice. Now, the rest of the episode, involves about Jinbei and Who's Who, but let's talk about CP0. They actually are talking about what's going on with Kaido and Kaido's army and the others, which I go well, whatever. I mean, they are talking about here and there how they have the Samurai Pirate Mink Alliance have increased numbers, and Who's Who is fighting Jinbei. Jinbei and Who's Who have a little verbal talk right now, which apparently Who's Who ends up saying, oh, your guy Luffy, he's so pathetic. He got his butt handed to Kaido. He took the gum fruit and ate it and has the straw hat. Ticks me off, man. I have a personal grudge against him. And Jinbei's like, I don't know why you're turning your grudge towards him, but that's not my fault. That's your issue. Whatever the situation is, it has nothing to do with me. And Who's like, no, it does have everything to do with you. The fact that you're part of the Straw Hat Captain's crew, it's so pathetic. And Jinbei's like, don't even go there. He will come back and he will kick Kaido's butt. And Who's like, it's kind of sad, but whatever. And we had to Who's Who ends up clashing against Jinbei, and he uses Fang Pistol. Now, this kind of finger pistol or Fang Pistol that he does is actually dangerous, because even though Jinbei blocked it with his Bushoshoku no Haki or Armament Haki, it actually still injured him and made him bleed on his arm. So Jinbei only has the option of possibly dodging, and he ends up getting attacked by a bunch of Fang Pistols whatsoever. And then we have Who's Who decides to ask Jinbei about the sun god Nika. Now this is pretty much an important topic and subject, and a lot of you manga readers, especially myself, are pretty much excited of what's to come, But whatever the case may be, he talks to Jinbei about the sun god Nika, about the slaves and fishermen were slaves, And then Who's Who ends up asking, what do you know about it? Jinbei gets really enraged and he gets attacked by a lot of finger pistols by Who's Who, but because Who's Who would not shut the hell up, and that became his downfall, Jinbei coated himself in his entire body with Armament Haki, and Who's Who breaks his fingers, and freaking Jinbei responds by grabbing his wrists or his hands and breaking them with Ghost Shark or something, or using a fisherman technique to break his fist, and freaking Who's Who can only scream in agony and says, why the hell are you so angry? He kicks him and tried using Fang Pistol, but that doesn't affect Jinbei at all, as he's still angry, and we have to it that Jinbei prepares his freaking finishing move on Who's Who, and he uses a secret technique of the fisherman karate or something, or whatever his master martial arts is, and uses demon brick fist and knocks out Who's Who with a powerful shockwave with Armament Haki. And Jinbei says, hey, if you're gonna dive into history, you better prepare what the consequences will be. You got it? And he ends up, as Who's Who got knocked out, and gets blown to bits to a wall, Jinbei told Who's Who off never to go into personal topics like that. You got it? That kind of thing. So the episode ends off there. Preview the next episode. I'm not going to talk about it. Obviously, it'll just give too much away. You're just going to have to watch it. This episode right here was actually pretty cool to see Jinbei in action. A lot of people love to complain, obviously. There's always going to be a lot of people who freaking hate One Piece or where it's going, especially with the pacing and all. But I like it as as a gift and a blessing because I get to see other characters in action and I enjoy every moment of it, you know, with filler. So until then, people, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm out for Zero. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot!